Hi all, welcome back to our channel DevOps Tech World. Learning is the key to success for any of the field. That is why I always suggest people to learn every day to achieve in their goal. Okay. I would like to share my recent experience which I appeared for that AWS Developer Associate exam, and I have successfully cleared that certifications on 17th July, and it was good and challenging experience and more fun as well. Okay. I would like to share my experience and study plan and for the practice steps which I followed so that it will be useful for the future learners and for their preparations. Okay. I just segregated broadly four sections. Step one is get to know the exam and the exam style questions. Step two would be learn about exam topics. Step three would be prepare for your exam. Step four would be access your exam readiness. So everybody can have this different opinion and different style to learn the things with respect to preparing for this exam. And I have created my way how I prepared for this exam and how I practiced and what are the steps I have followed as part of this examination preparations and how I passed for this exam. So we'll go one by one so that you will also understand how to prepare and the steps which I followed. Mm, I hope it will be helpful for you as well as for the future learners. Let's get started. So just first of all, when any certification, if you want to prepare or if you want to go ahead and do the certifications, right, you need to check first of all with the respective official website with respect to that particular certifications. Okay, for example, this is the official site for AWS Developer Associate exam. Just click on this link. So I will go through each and every links and how to follow these links so that it will be useful for your preparations. And also please note that I will share all the links. I will collect all the links, whatever the links which I mentioned, whatever the steps which I followed. I already mentioned in that LinkedIn. So I will take that the steps. Also, I will provide these links into that description tab so that you can go ahead and refer it. Okay, so this is the official website of AWS Developer Associate. Just to see here, so we have this page. When once you get into this page, you have this option schedule an exam. Okay, exam explore exam preparations. Just to go through this page, you have this. Okay, what about this exam? What this developer associate exam is for? So what it is covering as part of this exam coverage. So just to go through this, then you will understand more about what this exam and why this exam for. So you will get to know more about this exam. So you have this who should take this exam and exam overview. You can see here this what are the cost, length, and for exam overview with respect to format, delivery method. And then you have what does it take to earn these certifications. So we have some information which is provided here. You just go through here, you will understand. Okay, then you just very important things, just to go through this part, uh, and you can download this exam guide first. Okay, so exam guide and download the sample questions. Just download the exam guides and understand this exam is contains what are the syllabus and what are the topics, what are the services which is covered as part of these examinations. So what are the services which is in scope, what are the services which is not in scope. So you will easily understand all those steps, so that it will be uh, good when you are going for the preparations. Okay, then if you go down, you have some of the steps which is provided by AWS. You can go ahead and review. See, you have this exam review and exam preparation with skill builder, exam training for developers, AWS Whitepapers, AWS technical resources. So we have lot of uh, options as well as for this documentations with white papers and digital training which is provided here. Just you can go through this and you can able to understand what are the what are the steps you need to follow, what are the documentation you need to follow as part of these examinations. Okay, so I hope you can able to understand this page, so what needs to be done and what needs to be learned as part of this developer associate. Okay, so we'll go back to the same uh, page. Okay, so once you understand all the points, whatever the things which is which is part of this AWS official website, and go through each and every steps, so that you will have very good understanding about what needs to be done, what needs to be prepared, all those things. Okay, so once you have done this, so let me go through the learning steps now. And so the learnings which I followed Udemy course, which is online digital learning. Okay, so uh, this is the courses which I took from the Udemy. So first course would be like Ultimate AWS Developer Associate, which is from Stéphane Maarek. And AWS next course would be AWS Developer Associate Exam Training, is from Neal Davis. And then AWS Certified Developer Associate from Ranga Karanam. Okay, these are the three courses which I followed. But uh, I would suggest people can, okay, so once if you are comfortable with any one of the course, you can go ahead and learn from that any one course in this. I would prefer, if you want to use for out of which you can, if you want to use, you can use from Stefan Marek. So it is very detailed, and the steps with the theory part as well as for the practical part. Okay, so once you have completed, you want to learn more, you want to compare and study with the different authors, then you can prefer for these other two courses. Okay, then we'll go on for the practical as well as for the lab sections. So mostly I used as part of this exam practical for AWS Free Tier account. So I used mostly for all the practical exercise for this exam, for this preparation. I used for AWS Free Tier, and also for Whizlabs. If you want to purchase, you can purchase for course, or if you want to purchase only for labs, or you want to purchase for question paper, means practical question papers, you can purchase it whichever you want. So I think this would be enough for the preparations for with respect to hands-on labs. Then you have AWS documentations. Okay, so if I go through this link, you have this documentation, official documentation page. So you can learn in detailed about each and every services. So I would suggest, please go through these steps, go through this page, and learn each and every services whatever there as part of this exam scope. I hope this would be helpful for you. Then we'll go back with the same steps. Like then next step would be AWS training and certification resources. Okay, so just click on this page. You can let it load this page and you can understand what are the certifications as well as for this training page. So what you need to learn about this. You see here you can see some of the courses which is provided from AWS training center. Then you can enroll it from by your own, and it is for free course only. Just you can enroll it even for the subscription based also there, but whatever it is mentioned here, it is free course. Just you can enroll it and you can learn it from there, and it will be helpful for you for the preparation. Then we'll go back to that next step, AWS Skill Builder. Okay, then just to open this page, so you can understand this is one of the best option to learn uh, mm, the services which is provided as part of specific certifications. I think just you can, once it is loaded, you can see here. So you see here each and every, okay, so each and every exams, each and every uh, certifications, you have these preparation steps. You just go and okay, enroll it and understand what needs to be learned, what are the services you can able to prepare as part of this exam. Okay, so if you want, okay, so you want to developer, then click on this, and then it will take into this particular developer certification page, skill builder page, and you can specifically uh, understand about each and everything. See here, you have official practice exam question set and certified developer exam preparation 4 hours 30 minutes. Here is for 45 minutes. Certified official practice exam. See here, you can able to see official practice exam. So you can able to understand each and every steps. Okay, this is the digital training. So you can able to learn from this. I hope this will be helpful for the certification preparation persons. Then we'll go back to AWS okay, FAQ. So this is one of the important part when you learn more uh, about these services, and also this is the FAQ which is commonly what this service about and how this service and how what is the usage of this service. These are the steps. You it is very uh, crisp and straightforward. You can you can read it okay as a question and answer style. You can click on this each and every module, every services. You can learn one by one. So this is also one of the important point which I would like to highlight here. Please go through this to understand each and every service for this respective FAQs. Okay, then we'll go back to the next. Then we have AWS white papers. Okay, so you can refer this white paper also. So if anyone want to understand more about this particular service or with industry use case, then white paper, AWS white papers will help you a lot to understand about particular services in depth with along with real time use case with industry experience. So you can see here in this page lot of white papers which is already written. It is available for respective. You can choose with the categories, and also you can choose respective services, and you can download it and you can learn it. You can read it. So this is one of the important point as part of this exam preparations. Then we have AWS Forums. Okay, so this is also one of the forum from AWS. So they will discuss each and every step, every concepts and the doubts, whatever it is raised when they're doing for any practical use cases with respect to the service users. So everybody they will come and discuss with this. Okay, so you have this option AWS repost. You can see here find answer, knowledge center, best practices, join as a group. So access those respective section and you can able to learn it accordingly. Then we'll go back to the next step and we have this AWS workshop. This is one of the important part. So workshop is contains full industrial use cases along with the practical steps which is provided step by step. So you can filter with the respective services if you want to learn, and you can enroll it. You can whatever the steps which is provided by AWS, which is step-by-step guideline, you can follow that, and you can able to learn and implement it with your own uh, free tier account. And once you have done, you can you can delete all the resources which you have used as part of that particular labs, so that to avoid future cost with respect to the services. So you can see here there are different levels. They mentioned every many labs use cases, workshop use cases. You can go ahead and learn from this to understand more and get your hands dirty. So this is the one of the important point when you are preparing for this exam. And then we'll go back to the next step. Okay, so mostly I have covered all the steps in detailed manner. You can go ahead and okay, learn from each and every links which I shown it here. Also I will share these links. Please go through these steps, each and every links, and understand and makes comfortable, so that when you are going for before when you go for the exam, it will be very helpful, and you can able to clear the exam without any issue. Okay, so the next once you have done all those things, once you learned the things, then I would suggest take practice exam as much as possible. So I took the practice exam from these many authors. Then AWS Certified Developer Associate practice exam from John Bonso. The next practice exam AWS Certified Developer Associate from Stéphane Maarek. AWS Certified Developer Associate practice exam from Neal Davis. So these are the three author practice exam I took. Each practice exam, okay, there are 6 question paper. Each question paper contains 65 questions. I think you can take any one of the authors, means focused on that, and try to solve it. Uh, and when you are trying to answer the questions, so let it you go through, you solve that questions and understand how much mark you are getting for at the end of the exam. So once you have done, you want to verify your answers. When you are verifying your answers, just go through all means the right as well as for the wrong answers. Okay, so better to read all the right as well as for the wrong answer, so that you can able to compare it and you can study. So you will understand what it went wrong, why it is wrong, why it is right, all those steps, so that when you go for the when you go for that exam, or when you go for the next practical questions, then you can able to understand the concept and you can able to answer the question easily. Okay, so this would be very very important point. So please go through that exam. Once you complete the exam in the practical question exams, then try to read both right and wrong answers to understand. Moreover, very important point here, you need to understand the concept, so that when you are taking for the next practical question exam, it will be easy to understand what scenario it is, which scenario we need to apply for these services, and you will able to understand and you can able to answer the questions. And similarly, when you go for that the real exam, it will be very helpful. I would say it is very helpful. You can understand easily which services you need to use as part of the for these particular use cases, because exam question would be a real-time scenario and very lengthy questions, and it will be scenario based. Okay, so I repeat, it is a scenario based questions, and it would be unique as well as for the very lengthy questions. You need to understand the concept, and based on that you need to give a solution, or based on that you need to give a answer for that particular questions. Then only it will be you can able to comfortable, and you can able to pass without any worries. Okay, then once you have done this practice exam, then you can, I think you can go ahead and schedule for an exam. So you can schedule it via testing center as well as for the online proctored one. So that is based on your wish. Then then and also I would suggest, I would share the the services which is covered as part of these exams, mostly for right. So about this exam, the services which is covered, you can refer it from the syllabus which I shown you earlier. I discussed you along with you earlier. So please refer to that particular exam syllabus PDF, so that you can understand the in scope, out scope. Okay. So the services. Then about this exam and tips. So I would say, see, based on the experience which I faced, it was challenging and moderate difficult. Okay, as the exam questions are very lengthy and with scenario based only, please note that there is no straightforward question and at all, because all the questions are new and different from practice exam. So I would strongly suggest, and please learn the concept and implement those concepts to understand more hands-on practical, as well as for the practice it more as much as possible. So when the question ask for that exam, you can able to clear if you have uh, overcome those scenarios, those experiences, those kind of practical exams. Okay, please note that point. And I also experienced the real-time question mostly covered the below listed services, and I would suggest cover these important services like EC2, Elastic Beanstalk, Lambda, SQS, SNS, SAM, uh, CloudWatch even, Step Function, ECR, ECS, EKS, Kinesis, Aurora, DynamoDB, Elastic Cache, Redis, code build, code commit, code deploy, X-ray, code commit, CDK, CloudFormation, CloudTrail, CloudWatch, CLI, System Manager, API Gateway, CloudFront, ACM, IAM, KMS, Secret Manager. Most of the few questions from secret manager you need to understand. So what are the encryption, decryption, secret manager, um, and for how do you use that encryption logic, which encryption logic you will be using, so where you store that all your secret keys. These are the mostly tricky questions came into that real exams and EBS, EFS, and S3. So along with that, mainly focused for API gateway, AWS Lambda, a serverless model, and Lambda. So these are the services mainly focused as part of this exam. SDK. Okay. So I hope it would be great guide uh, for great guide as well as for the great means very good means very good discussion. So yeah, for the future learners, you can still, if you want to contact, or if you want to uh, understand more about this exam, or more tips from this exam, you can contact me via you can book a call, one-to-one call with me using this TopMate by scheduling um, your convenient time, so that we will discuss in person, means we will discuss in the call one-to-one in detailed manner. Okay, so that's all from my end. I think, I hope I have covered in detailed manner, so that the person who's going to prepare for this exam, they can very well note it down this point whatever we discussed, and you can able to answer the questions, and you able to for only not only for answering the questions, and you will also learn more about this AWS services, and it will be useful for your future work as well as for your implementing your use cases for the industry use cases, or your own POC, or for your own practicals. So I hope I have covered all the points. And still, if you want any clarification, or if you want to ask any things, you just I am always active on LinkedIn, and as well as for that, if you want to discuss, you can on call. So you just book a one-to-one call on TopMate. So we can able to I can able to answer your queries. So this is my TopMate link URL for the one-to-one session. You can go ahead and you can book on this by using this TopMate links. So you can go ahead and here, and you can book your session, so that we can discuss in detail. Okay. Yes. Hopefully I have covered all the points in detail. So uh, uh, please prepare accordingly, and do practical more, because this kind of it is stressing more about this practical with respect to SDK, API gateway, Lambda, and for serverless model, all those things. So better to do hands-on as much as possible, and do practice questions. Then you can able to easily crack this exam. I hope I have covered all the points. Thank you very much for your uh, support, and you can learn the things better to note it down all the points whatever we discussed, and go through and learn accordingly, and try to schedule your exam. uh, you can able to pass without any issues. All the very best. And uh, I'm posting this kind of videos, and for with respect to cloud and DevOps space, and I would request you to subscribe this channel, and uh, so that whenever I can able to update, I can able to upload any new videos with respect to cloud and DevOps space, it will be notified accordingly. Thanks for watching. All the very best for your exam. See you in the next video. Thank you.